Hi, welcome back. Today I'm in my local garden centre, Sunshine, in North London, and I'm going to talk about what you can plant now for spring colour. They've got a fantastic range of hellebores. This whole aisle is just hellebores in fantastic colours. I've done a video on hellebores, so see my previous video on how to grow them, where to grow them, what to grow them with. But they come in fantastic colours. I love this burgundy one, which is called Ice and Roses Early Red. And it's just amazing, huge flowers. And then they come in white, soft pink, they come in purple, absolutely beautiful. There's nothing like a hellebore, and they're perennial, so they'll come back every year. There are lots of camellias in the garden centres at the moment, and they give you a fabulous spring flower. There's nothing like them. They're so beautiful, big and bold. Mainly Camellia japonica, which is spring flowering. That's the main one you'll find at this time of year. I think they work really well in pots because you can control the soil type, because they need acid soil, so you need to use ericaceous compost. So I think they're great in pots. You can plant them in the ground if you know you've got acid soil. Don't plant if it's frosty or frost is forecast. So loads of camellias, whites, pinks. I think there are some red ones as well. Absolutely fabulous. And the leaf is lovely. I love that glossy leaf. So they look really good. They're a handsome shrub. They look really good all year round. Put it by your front door or by your patio in a pot and just enjoy it as you come and go from your house. If you'd like some scent in your garden, how about Edgeworthia? This is Edgeworthia Grisantha grandiflora. It has an amazing scent. It has these pendant white tubular flowers which are yellow inside. It's just got the most amazing scent, so that will really uplift you in early spring. They have loads of primulas at the moment in every shade. Absolutely lovely, give you lots of spring colour, flower for a long time, come back every year, great in borders, great in pots, just brilliant plants. So come down and get some primulas. To find out more about growing primulas, see my recent videos, because I've used them quite a lot, because they're one of the mainstays of the early spring garden. They've got a great selection of bulbs in this garden centre. They've got 2 whole aisles just dedicated to ready growing bulbs. It's really lovely to see ready growing tulips in the garden centre because it's quite hard to find them. They've got Queen of the Night, Tulip Queen of the Night, which is one of my favourite dark purple tulips. I absolutely love it. They've got Tulip Claudia, which is a lily flowered tulip, lovely hot pink with a white edge. They've got a lovely orange tulip called Princess Irene, which has got purple bits on it as well. It's a beautiful tulip. They have a really great selection of narcissi or daffodils, from miniature daffodils such as Narcissus tete-a-tete, which is probably my favourite dwarf daffodil, and also bigger daffodils such as Daffodil Barrett Browning, which is a tall daffodil with an orange trumpet, very pretty, and this daffodil, which I don't know, which is called Watch Up, which looks really pretty. It's got a lovely soft sort of creamy yellow trumpet, which apparently fades to white. So it's very, very soft. If you don't want that bright yellow, which can be a bit harsh, go for something a bit softer. They've even got Narcissus Paper White, which is quite unusual to find. It's early flowering, it's very scented, it's absolutely lovely, and it's great grown on your windowsill. It'll release lots of scent into your kitchen or outdoors. Not in a frosty place. They don't like to be cold and frosty. I've done a video actually about them, so see my previous video. They've got ready growing alliums, including Allium Purple Sensation, which is actually my favourite allium. I use it a lot in borders. I thread it through the plants to punctuate the planting. You'll find more ready growing alliums later in the year when they're a bit more established. And if you want some fragrance in your garden, there's nothing like hyacinths. Plant them in a container, put them by your front door, and you'll have wafts of scent as you come and go. They're also great growing on a windowsill, and they'll fill your kitchen with scent. They come in different colours, pink, whites, blues mainly, and they don't come back very reliably the following year. They're a bit weedy the following year, so I treat them as an annual and just plant them year on year. There's a great selection of lilacs in this garden centre at the moment. I absolutely love lilacs. I've got a lilac tree in my garden, and when it comes into bloom, it's just so beautiful, full of flowers. They're fragrant. They come in different sizes, so there are tall ones and then there are shorter ones, so you can buy one which is suitable for your garden and your space. It prefers a sunny spot. And what else can I tell you about it? Just gorgeous. Lilacs generally flower in April, May. It depends on the weather. Sometimes they can flower earlier, but May, I associate lilacs mainly with May actually. This is Syringa vulgaris Charles Jolly. Syringa is botanical name for lilac. This is a lovely one. It gets to about 4 foot, so it's kind of a medium-sized shrub, not a huge shrub. Lovely flowers, fragrant, really beautiful. And over on this side, there's one called Michel Buchner, which is a bit bigger. It gets to about 3 meters, and you can see how healthy they are, and they're full of buds. So plant now for flowering later in the spring. And when you're planting, dig in some well-rotted manure to encourage it to root, and so it's a healthy shrub. And you can start planting now because the soil is starting to warm up. The weather's beginning to warm up now. Also great for spring interest is Pyrrhus. It has wonderful new foliage, which is red. This one is called Pyrrhus japonica forest flame, and it has particularly striking new red foliage, really beautiful when its new young leaf emerges. It also has very pretty flowers. They're tiny, bell-like white flowers, very, very pretty. I think Pyrrhus are great in containers because they like acid soil, and you can control the soil type by using ericaceous compost. So plant it in a container. Magnolias are truly lovely. They flower April, May, and this particular one, Magnolia stellata, actually flowers March to April. It's a slightly earlier flowering magnolia. I really love it. It's a medium size. It's about 1.5 meters tall, so it's sort of medium to large, but it's not a huge magnolia, and it has really pretty starry white flowers. And this one is called Magnolia stellata rosea, and it's actually got a soft pink, a light pink flower, really, really pretty. I also love magnolia in bud, which it is at the moment. It's got these really soft buds. They're like pussy willows. They're like a rabbit's tail. They're just lovely in bud. And if you want a bigger magnolia, over here, there's Magnolia Soulangia alba superba, which gets to about 5 meters tall. So it's a big magnolia. It's a sort of spreading shrub to a tree, so it will need space. These are really decent sized plants, so hopefully in your local garden centre you'll find the same. Now magnolias like a sunny position, and they like a moist soil, and they like quite a rich soil. So plant them in good soil and enjoy them, because there's nothing like them. They're so beautiful. And sometimes they flower a bit earlier if we have a hot spring, particularly in London when we have a microclimate. You get magnolias flowering quite early, and they are just such a beautiful sight in the street. There's lots of magnolias in London. They look absolutely stunning. Also, you can plant roses now. They've got a good selection at the moment, and they're coming into leaf and they're looking really healthy. So plant those now with a little bit of manure. Also still in flower is this beautiful clematis. It's called Clematis Winter Beauty. It's a winter flowering clematis, but it carries on flowering into early spring. It's got these lovely white bell-like flowers, really pretty, prefers a sunny position and some good soil. So that will give you a bit of interest at a time of year when not much else is flowering. And on passing, Sarcococca, still in flower. It's a winter flowering evergreen shrub, and it's just beautiful. I can smell the scent from here. You just get wafts of this wonderful scent early in the year. It's just so uplifting. Plant it by your house or by your front door in a pot, and it will just give you so much pleasure. So get on down to your local garden centre now and start planting for the spring. Don't plant when it's frosty or frost is forecast, but the weather actually seems to be warming up, and it's actually going to be 14 degrees at the end of this week. So I think the time is right to start planting. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.